What is going on, guys? Today we are checking out another pair of active noise canceling earbuds. We're talking about the Soul Sync ANC. But before we jump into all the details on these guys, if you don't know who I am, my name is JDubb and I'm here to help you guys make a better tech buying decision. Now, if that sounds cool to you, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of my latest reviews. Now, with that said, let's check them out. Now, as we do with all of our reviews on earbuds, we're gonna start off by talking about the design of the case and the earbuds themselves, because I think Soul did a really nice job here. So first of all, the very first thing I wanna mention is that this is a completely plastic case, and completely, there's no metal on here whatsoever, potentially in the hinges, but outside of that, it is a completely uniform plastic case. It's a matte finish with a kind of a sea blue, kind of almost like a navy blue color here, which is really nice on this specific one. You got your Soul branding on the front. You got a nice little tag here as well with Soul branding, but this pairs with a carabiner that comes in the packaging, so you can then clip it to things if that's something that you're into. On the back here, you do have one single LED indicator for when it's plugged in, and it will indicate charging level. And then you've got USB-C charging on the back, which is really nice to see. Outside of that, completely rounded edges, right? So this is gonna be pocket friendly, even small pockets, so purses, skinny jeans, little zipper pouches, things like that, are gonna be able to slide in and out of there. It's not gonna get hung up at all. So they did a really nice job making this case. So the case itself, definitely a thumbs up from me. Now, when you pull the earbuds out of the case, you're gonna notice that they have gone with that same color scheme. So that same blue that you found on the case itself is also on the earbuds, and even the gel tips match. So generally you'll find that gel tips are black or some kind of neutral color, maybe white or black or something like that. But in this case, they actually kept the uniform color on the entire package. Everything that you get has this kind of blue color on my particular one, which is really nice. Outside of that, again, very smooth edges on the entire thing, that same matte black plastic across the entire look. Even on the front, some of the Soul products have a metal face where the touchpad is. They've even gone with the blue there, but they kept the metallic looking brushed metal texture, which is interesting. So definitely a unique look for Soul products. This is a stem and bulb style earbud. So you've got the big base here, and you got a little tiny stem sticking out of the bottom. So I would almost call this let's call this a micro stem. I think this is not a full stem like an AirPod or something like that. This is definitely a little bit shortened up, but it does have the microphone for calls on the end here, as well as other various microphones on the outside for active noise cancellation. So the earbud itself, design-wise, is very, very nice. It's a very clean look. It's very smooth, and I will mention it is very, very comfortable to wear even after long listening sessions. This guy fit very well in my ear, and I think that's due in part by this two-stage thing that they did here with the bulb, right? So where it actually sits inside your ear is just a little bit smaller than where all the tech set is kind of stored, right? The battery and the microphones and all that kind of stuff are stored in the bigger portion. They stepped it down a little bit right where it goes into your ear, which just really adds to that comfort level, which is pretty awesome. Outside of that, touch controls, you've got every touch control that you need on these guys, which is great, and they work very, very well. The responsiveness on the touch controls was great. So overall, design on the case and the earbuds, again, Soul knocked it out of the park with that. Now, when it comes to battery life on these, they also did a pretty good job here as well. Now, I think having that micro stem, right, and kind of condensing the package overall to kind of make them fit in your ear better and kind of just to be a little bit of a smaller profile did cause them to sacrifice a little bit on the battery life. So up front, you get 5.5 hours on a single charge with these guys. During my testing, I got somewhere in that 5 hours and 15 minutes, so almost right on there. And that's with active noise cancellation and using them just constantly at volume at about 70%. So the battery life that they market on this is pretty solid. I would agree with that 5.5 hours. And then with the case, you get a total package deal of 25 hours of battery life. And then with active noise cancellation turned on the entire time, you're looking at a total of 22 hours of battery life. So not a huge differentiation there. They're gonna get you through a full day or two of listening, even with active noise cancellation. So at the end of the day, I wasn't upset about the battery life at all. 5.5 hours does lean a little bit to the shorter end, but at the end of the day, on an active noise canceling pair of earbuds, pretty solid performance. Now, when it comes to sound, I'm very happy to report that I've been very satisfied with the sound overall. Now, these are a little bit on the bassier side of things, but it wasn't so much to the point where the mids and the highs were completely lost. I would say the mids sometimes got a little bit muddy, right? You kind of lost a little bit of the mid tones on some music genres, but the nice thing is that they've done a really good job with the tuning, and you always kind of get the highs delivered. I felt like the highs in the bass were always kind of a present thing, and it was a nice experience. So across all genres, I have a test playlist that I use on all of my earbuds. You can check that out. There's a link down in the description below if you want to listen to what I test with. It covers a ton of different genres, and I do that so I can get a really good indication of how these earbuds sound just kind of across the board. And the Soul Sync ANCs, both with active noise cancellation on and off, performed very, very well. Now, as far as specs wise, these guys have Bluetooth 5.1, so they're right on that cutting edge of the Bluetooth technology, which is great. They do have AAC, and you get 12mm drivers. So at the end of the day, they can put out a pretty good amount of sound. I did find, however, I will mention this, I did find that I was able to, in some genres of music, get to my full volume limit on my phone. And so the volume, if you're one of those people that really likes to crank up the volume to the point where your ears are about to bleed, you can't quite get there, I don't think. So if you're a volume guy, if you're a real volume freak, right, you really want that high impact volume, the Soul Sync ANCs get up there well enough, right? For the everyday listener, for most people, you're gonna be just fine. This is plenty of sound, plenty of volume, but if you like to really crank it up to that real tight high-end point without any amplification, right? Without any mini amps or anything like that, you might have a little bit of a problem once you get to that maximum volume level. So just keep that in mind if this is something that you're considering. But overall, across the board, 95% of the population is gonna be perfectly fine with this. Plenty of volume, no issues there. So just something I felt like I should throw in there just for all of you volume freaks. I don't know what to call you, because yeah. And now with any active noise canceling earbuds, right? At least I am, I'm looking to have 3 different modes, right? I want normal mode, where there's nothing going on, nothing special, no ANC, no transparency mode, right? I'm looking for a transparency mode, and I'm looking for active noise cancellation mode, right? Transparency mode with active noise cancellation, in my opinion, kind of go hand in hand, right? You have the microphones, why not use them to transfer that audio in? So I'm happy to say that the Soul Sync ANCs have all 3 modes. So we've got normal mode, transparency mode, and ANC. So ANC works pretty darn good. I would say 30% or so of the background noise is removed. So not the highest active noise cancellation we've seen, in true wireless earbuds, but at the end of the day, it calms everything down. It really tunes out a lot of those kind of just really obnoxious sounds that can kind of bleed in from time to time and things like that. Walking through town, your cars going by, air conditioners, generators, things like that in the background, definitely significantly reduced. So they did a pretty good job with ANC here. Now, one thing I will mention though, transparency mode. They did a really good job with transparency mode. It's one of the better that I've experienced. I could very well have a conversation without having to pull my earbuds out. Getting up in line, with mask on, of course, at Starbucks and things like that, kind of getting, making an order, things like that, being able to switch to transparency mode worked really, really well. So at the end of the day, all 3 modes performed great. So Soul has done another great job with their active noise cancellation, implementation, and transparency mode. So good stuff. So at the end of the day, guys, the sound quality mixed with transparency mode, okay battery life, just an all around nice package deal. These are a really good buy. I think the Soul Sync ANC, they check all the boxes that you need. If you're looking for an active noise canceling pair of true wireless earbuds, you're gonna get everything that you're looking for here. And Soul is known, in my opinion, is known to make very good products. I've been very happy with all the stuff that I've ever tested of theirs. I used these probably more than I normally would test. These went beyond my normal testing period because I really enjoyed them. They're just a really nice, comfortable pair of earbuds. At the end of the day, guys, what I'm getting to is that this is a solid package. Soul does a great job. Audio tuning, battery life, ANC, all works really well. So if you're looking for a pair of ANC earbuds, especially moving into the holidays or for a gift, things like that, definitely check these out. Now, I put links down in the description below where you can find them in multiple places. But as usual, guys, I'm also curious to hear what you think. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up down in that comment section below. But as usual, guys, that is it for me, and I will see you in the next review.